Hey guys, Ty Lord here with my pickups for November. All the media slash video game pickups of November. I have some stuff to discuss about most of them. I have a nice package from my buddy Majora T of Teddy over at Majora T. I'll leave a link to his channel if you're not subscribed. Go check him out. He has all kinds of informative video game related stuff. There's reviews, discussions, pretty good gamer himself. One of the members of the Button Mappers, I'll leave a link to their channel as well. Did a little trade with him, so I got some good stuff to share. We also got some movies from Retrotiburon as usual, and a game too. I'll show those. And yeah, so wrapped up November, and I have a little stack of stuff to show. Seemed like before I would have this much every week, but I'm trying to cut back on it. Even though these things only are like 50 cents, I still kind of trying to watch what I spend. I did get some games though. I'll start off with my video games. Here's one I've been wanting. It's been on my wish list for a long time. And I've been getting quite a bit of credit at the local Utopia games. They're very generous with the credit they give you. They give you way more credit than cash, as most places do. A lot of my game finds I take in there, or my older games I've been taking in lately, trying to streamline my collection. But taking in stuff. This game I've been wanting for N64, Mega Man 64. I used some credit to get that. This one, I've been wanting to play it for a while, and I did test it out on my Retro Pi, and it was really cool. The first 15 minutes of it I played on PlayStation 1. Only trouble is I didn't have a proper controller, so I was only using the the Super Nintendo style controller. So I had no L2 and R2, so I couldn't lock on to aim on the enemies, but I was still able to beat the first boss. But I was thinking, this is a fun game. I should either just download it off of the PlayStation store or get a physical version of it. And I think they're all pretty expensive. This is pretty darn expensive, but with the credit I got, I had $65 in credit left, so I got that. That's one I've been wanting. So I can't wait to get down on this. I'll probably start this in 2024. So I probably won't be in the games I beat this year. I doubt this one will be either. My boy Mario Retrotiburon sent me Garfield Caught in the Act for Sega Genesis. I'm always happy to get any Sega Genesis game, not so much this one. I think he just sent this to troll me because it was part of Alpha Nerd's Halloween video game challenge, and I never got around to this game, mostly because I saw Omega Ace struggling with it, and I know he's way better at games than I am, especially platformers, so I figured I would just rage out and have a poor time with this. So I think he sent this to me to troll me, or he'll think he'll get a kick out of it if I stream this and I rage out and swear and curse. But I mean, just from watching the other guys play this, the graphics look amazing, like the highly animated big sprites, a lot of frames of animation. It looks really cute looking game. Who knows, I might like it, but I'll probably save this for next year also when I hook up my Genesis. I have a backlog of Genesis games to get to next year. So thanks, Tiburon. And then I got a package from my buddy Teddy, Majora T. And he sent it in this nice book. I don't know if he got some of the stuff there. We don't have book offs in my area, which would be nice to have those. I'll get to the games first he sent me. We did a little trade for the major one, but he sent me some bonus material. One of them was Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness. I don't know where this falls into the series. I know Terry309 could tell you. This is one of the newer ones, I assume, because it's on PS4. The Square Enix game. Only experience I've had with these was Last Hope on PlayStation 3, which was highly recommended by Terry309 once again. And I saw BioPhoenix streaming it, but I tried not to watch it because I wanted to experience myself. Unfortunately, I got maybe 5 or 10 hours in, and my PlayStation 3 had the yellow ring, my backward compatible one too. So I'm probably either going to take that apart and clean it or have it fixed before I get back to Star Ocean Last Hope. But here's this one for now. I figured if I like that one, I'm sure this is a later entry in the series that I might like. These are good kind of open exploration RPGs. But there's random... the one I played, I don't know if they're all random encounters on the other ones. The one I played, you could see the enemy on the board. You go up, and when you fight him, it doesn't go to turn-based. It goes to like hack and slash, beat 'em up action, which I really like. So yeah, hopefully one day I'll get to this one. And then the big game in that trade, I sent him the PS1 version and he sent me the DS version because he said he has the digital copy. Is Dragon Quest VII. One I've been wanting to play for a while because Dragon Quest VIII is probably like one of the best games I ever played. I've already gushed about that game enough, and also, and this was one I wanted to play. I saw it at Utopia Games. It was like a loose copy, and it was $50. And I go, man, I gotta get that game, Dragon Quest VII. I was assuming it would be like Dragon Quest VIII, and I got it. And then I watched on the RPG Archives with Spencer. Majora T was on there. Shout out to RPG Archives also. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. They had like a 2-hour discussion on this game and they were discussing this version and the PlayStation version, and it sounded like I bit off way more than I could chew with that PlayStation version. Not really user friendly at all. Really a slog. I played it for maybe a few hours, and I didn't even scratch the first surface of the first little town. It takes so long to get anything done. Teddy was hyping up this version, and he said, I'll send you that. I said, well, I'll send you my copy, because I know he's a fan of the series. So we swapped copies back and forth. Hopefully he gets some pleasure out of that game. I don't know if I could. I got through Phantasy Star 2, so I figured I could take on anything, but this is like a whole nother level. They make it a lot easier on this one. It's still a long game, still a grind. Maybe like the first several hours, you don't even fight. I've never played an RPG where there's so many segments with no fighting. Like sometimes the board is clear of enemies when you're like between episodes, I guess you'd say. But this one is way better. Holds your hand a lot more than the PlayStation version. The graphics are way better, way more immersive. Like there's an open world map, 3D. It has more of a Dragon Quest VIII vibe. 3D models, they look pretty cute. They're more cartoon, or they're more disproportionate than the Dragon Quest VIII. But they're kind of cute and cartoony. It looks good. Yeah, a lot better though. I'm really enjoying this episodic game. I don't want to give too much of it away. I guess no one's gonna play it, but it's a fun little adventure game, as all of these are. You start off as a young boy, not Link. There he is, not Link. And his little bratty childhood friend Maribel. I think she's an adorable character, and his best buddy's the prince of this island they live on, and all they know is this island's the whole world. Like it's only water to them. Their island's the whole world. They know of no other civilizations other than their own. They think they're like the only planet in the galaxy on that little island, and there's a king. His son is Kiefer here, and it's not Link's best buddy. And they want to go on an adventure. They want to find out the secrets to the world or whatever, and find out that there's more to the world. So they all set out on an adventure and find an ancient fragments of the past, or fragments of a forgotten past. You collect fragments to unlock new areas. You go back in time and discover different islands. They all have a cute little story. Some of them are kind of sad. And then once you go back there, the island appears in the present time. So all these people see this island that's never been there before, and they've never seen an island before. Then you can go explore those islands. So like every segment is like in 2 parts, and it says what there's 30. I thought I remember those guys saying there was like 80 different segments. So I don't know. This is gonna be a long one. I think I'm only on the 3rd island, and I've already played it like 15 hours. I saw Teddy's game save was at like 76 to 78 hours. But it might take me longer than that. But really good game so far. I think it's only available on PS1 and DS. I have a bummer that store is gone on the DS. So I'll try to get through this by the end of the year, but I doubt it. If it's, I figure I'm going to spend 100 hours on this. I don't think I have that much time between now and January 1st. I don't want to rush it either. Got that. And then he sent me some other goodies. This Pocky, share happiness with Pocky. These little Pocky sticks. This is this cute little van. And there's different flavors. There's these little sticks that are coated with chocolate, and I think they might have. They're coated with different candy or chocolate. I think I've had them before. I haven't busted into them yet. Probably share them with my girls. I see there's different flavors in here. There's a big variety pack in here. This will last a long time. Chocolate, strawberry, cookies and cream, matcha, banana, chocolate again. That must be dark chocolate. Cookies and cream, matcha, and mint. So there's quite a few of them in there. It's a heavy box, but nice of him to send these extra little goodies in there. He sent me some Pokemon cards. It looks like it's Trick or Trade, some Halloween themed ones. My girls have a little Pokemon card collection. I've never really been into Pokemon, but my girls like it, and they like Pikachu and Eevee. They like all those little Pokemons. And then he sent me some Hello Kitty pencils. I'll give these to the girls. They like Hello Kitty. Looks like you can write your name on the pencil. These look like they're foreign or something. That's Japanese, right? Oh, it's all in Japanese. Maybe I should keep those sealed up for like a little collector's item. I don't know. And then he sent me a movie. I guess because he knows I'm into the action movies. Here's a couple samurai movies by Takashi Kitano. A couple samurai movies. I haven't seen these yet, but I'm looking forward to. I was hoping I would have watched them before I made this video so I could discuss it. Maybe next month I'll discuss this one. I've been spending too much time with this crap, so I can't get to movies lately. Well, speaking of movies, off the subject, my wife and I went and watched Godzilla -1. And we got a poster too, an IMAX poster that says like Godzilla in IMAX, a little poster. I'm gonna hang it up because it's like the best movie I've seen in 30 years. Go see that. Like even if you don't like Godzilla movies, it's a freaking good movie. I have never seen anything like that at this show. I got teary-eyed a couple of spots. Everything about it is quality. That movie, Godzilla -1, like a period piece. It's like a World War II, kind of like a war movie. It's set in Japan. Really good characters, a really good Godzilla, really good effects, really scary. Anyway, back to this. This director and actor, he stars in both of these. The Blind Swordsman Zatoshi, and that's about a blind samurai that goes into a town that's controlled by 2 different factions of warlords battling or whatever, and then I don't know if he goes in there and cleans house. I haven't seen it yet. And then this other one, same director, Sonatine. I don't know how to pronounce that, crime thriller set in modern day, the Yakuza battle type stuff. So hopefully I'll get around to those and I'll talk about those next time. And that's it for Teddy's package. So appreciate that again. I'm really happy he sent me that Dragon Quest, because I think that's going to be another one that hits me in the feels like Dragon Quest 8. So far, I've really enjoyed it. And hopefully I'll get to Star Ocean one day. And then some more stuff from Tiburon sent me. He ordered this stuff off of Young Treasures. And here's a sticker from him with Sonic. That's a cute little sticker. I might put that on my computer. And then he drew a little picture with one of the movies I had, Street Night, pardon me. Jeff Speakman here. I'm really happy to have this one. Let's see. Jewelry heist movie with old Jeff Speakman here. Really underrated, late 80s, early 90s martial arts star. Only in a few movies. Perfect Weapons, pretty awesome. I've seen a couple more. I can't remember I've seen this one, and I don't think I have. I saw the one with James Brolin. I forgot what it was called. Really underrated. From the producer, Mark DeSalle, the producer of Kickboxer and Bloodsport. Pretty. I'm looking forward to watching this. If I haven't already, I'm going to watch it against Jeff Speakman and Street Night. Got some sexiness going on back there, as all great 90s movies did. Bronson in Assassination. I haven't seen this one. He's got like a bazooka or a rocket launcher there. Hired assassin is stalking. A vicious hired assassin is stalking the president's wife, and with the killer's orders comes from the White House. And with the killer's order coming from the White House, Agent Charles Bronson becomes First Lady's last resort. Secret Service agent J. Killian Bronson didn't want the job of protecting the president's wife, Jill Ireland. In fact, he didn't even like the woman, but then psychotic terrorist gets his sights on her. And of course, he's rescuing the First Lady there. And if I've seen this is a canon movie. If I've seen this, it's been years. And I think he sent me this one too, Cold Blood with Rutger Hauer. I'm a fan of him. I don't think I've seen this one. Rutger Hauer, Lady Hawk stars as a pilot who smuggles contraband for a crime syndicate in this action-filled drama. Hot-blooded, miniskirt-clad women fall for the coldly opportunistic Hauer and ends up in a nightmarish adventure. Together they plot to get their revenge. Okay, that should be good. And then here's one with Gordon Liu, Shaolin Drunken Monk, and I haven't seen him. You know Gordon Liu, everyone probably knows him from the Kill Bill movies. But he was in the 36 Chambers, was it the Shaw Brothers, the 36 Chambers of Shaolin Kung Fu or whatever it was. Those are fantastic. And I haven't seen this one. So good to have this one. This one's not printed well, so I can't read. There's like a... Happy to have this though. This looks like it's a bootleg, but you probably couldn't get it any other way. So I'm happy to have that. And then that's it for Mario. So thanks, Mario, for sending me the stuff from the Young Treasures. I'm not sure if that's something off of Facebook or on Instagram. And then I got my stuff. I guess I'll start with my... I haven't seen any of these. Some laser discs I picked up for 50 cents a piece. I thought this cover was cool. I haven't seen too many John Wayne movies, and this one looks like it's from the 70s. It's one of his later movies, The Shootist. And, 'cause I thought the cover was cool. I gotta start watching these John Wayne movies. My wife is into them, and of course, my grandparents, all of them were into him, and my dad wasn't so much. I think he did like John Wayne movies, but I got to look into these. I especially love the movie. I was 76, so that's around the era I really like movies. Looks like he's getting up there in age. I see old Hugh O'Brien from Game of Death in here. We'll get to that later. And who else is in here? Ron Howard's in here when he's a baby. Lauren Bacall. What else is it? Catman Scruthers is in it. Wow. Guest stars James Stewart. Wow. John Carradine. Directed by Don Siegel. So that's kind of what I'm interested in watching. I have the Laserdisc player set up out here that Physical Media Max sent me. Here's one I've never seen. But there's a genre of movies I like. It's sort of like a sub-genre. It's movies that are with the score composed by John Barry. He's like my favorite musician of all time. He passed away maybe 15 years ago. But he did all the Bond movies. He did Dances with Wolves. A lot of... I can sit there and listen to his soundtracks all day long. Something about his style, I really love it. Sometimes it's jazzy and brassy. And sometimes it's orchestrated and haunting, and he has a lot of the minor major ninth chords. Those really eerie sounding chords. I really like them. But this movie here, he did the soundtrack for one of the newer movies. It was from the 90s. Indecent Proposal. Has a good cast with Robert Redford, Demi Moore, Woody Harrelson. I think it's this some big wig. I don't know if he's a millionaire. He sees Woody Harrelson and his wife Demi Moore at a casino or something, and he's really attracted to Demi Moore. So he wants to pay this guy like so many millions of dollars to sleep with her. That's like the premise of the movie. But the soundtrack is John Barry. I probably listened to this before, but I haven't watched. Oh, there's a nice little shot of Demi Moore swimming in money there. Directed by Adrian Lyne. So I gotta watch that one. And Denzel Washington and Robert Townsend in The Mighty Quinn. I don't know if this is like a tropical island thriller about or Caribbean island thriller. FBI agent who's a chief of police. It is involved some murder or something. But I thought Denzel Washington's in it. It looks cool. It'll probably have good, nice scenery here in this movie. Directed by Carl Schenkel. Carl Schenkel. James Fox is in it. Is that Jamie Foxx? Emmett Walsh is in it. Right, that looks like something interesting. I thought 50 cents, that's a good deal. All the rest is VHS trash. I keep telling myself I'm not going to get it anymore. But I figure if I'm going to set up my man cave, the DVDs will not look good. I know Retro Ryan and Zombie are wanting me to set up a man cave with my DVDs, but they're so old and ratty, and DVDs don't really look good displayed. I have like... I know that Retro Ryan especially is depressed about how many movies I have shoved into like vacuum machine and lawnmower cases. But I'm probably going to set them up nicely, but they're not really the best for display. I think VHS tapes are nicer to display. And I got some more of them. They're 50 cents a piece, I said. So like, I try not to spend on a lot of media lately, but 50 cents here and there, it's kind of fun because everyone has a little... compulsive spender in them, and I've always been there, but I've been really good lately. I gotta save it for gas money, but I got some nice movies this week or this month. Starting off with another Rutger Hauer I haven't seen, Escape from Sobibor, and it's like a World War II or a Nazi prison camp movie, escape movie with Rutger Hauer. That's all I really know, but I just got it because Rutger Hauer's on there. I'm a fan of his. Probably one of my favorite childhood movies. Still probably one of my favorite movies to this day. Clash of the Titans. I think I have a nicer case than this, but I had to give this a home. With the Ray Harryhausen stop-go animation. I think it was one of the later movies with the Harryhausen stop-go animation, 1981. And I remember people complaining about it back then like it was outdated in 1981. Give me a break. Because that had been going on since like the 50s, or before that, that stop-go animation. Yeah, really fun epic adventure movie. This is like probably my favorite fantasy movie. Speaking of one of my favorite movies, William Friedkin's The French Connection, probably one of the best movies ever made. Gene Hackman and Roy Scheider, about the drug bust, the narcotics smuggling. The Frenchman was smuggling narcotics inside of like I guess like the rocker panels of big like luxury vehicles in the United States, and I think they would repay him by sending the money inside cars back to them because they had like a scrapyard or something. Anyway, this is a super realistic movie, super good. William Friedkin gets down to business with his movies. Like he really gets involved with it's based on a true story. I think it's like the biggest narcotics bust of all time. He really gets down and dirty with like the realism. Like he had the actual cops involved with this case in the movie. Like they play characters in the movie, so they're always on set to make things as realistic as it really was back then. This guy's kind of a scumbag, but he's like a really, really sharp cop. Roy Scheider is kind of the straight and narrow character that keeps this guy in line. But this guy like gets stuff done, and he's kind of a scumbag. Like William Friedkin's always talking about the bad guy, and this is like a gentleman and a classy guy, the drug smuggler. But this guy is like a scumbag, and he holds little regard for anyone's life. Like he puts everyone in danger, and all kinds of good car chases in this. That's so realistic, like actual car chases in the traffic of New York. Freaking crazy. Really good movie. And then here's one I've been interested in, Cape Fear, the original version with the old Robert Mitchum and Gregory Peck. I guess it's supposed to be just as good or better than the one with Robert De Niro, so I thought I would get this one, maybe give it a watch. Here's another one from my childhood. I want to show this to my girls. This is a cute movie, Annie, the musical comedy, and it's kind of a timeless movie. I was thinking this was from the 70s. When I watched it when I was a kid, it must have been newer. It's from the 80s, but it kind of has that timeless look. It's like a period piece, like it's like in the 1930s in New York. The little orphan girl gets taken in by the rich Warbucks, Mr. Warbucks, played by Albert Finley. The billionaire, they wanted a son or something at the orphanage, but his secretary picked up the little girl just because she was so charming, and then she brought her back, and then he was like, I don't want this little girl, but then like she grew on him, and it's a cute little story. I'm sure everyone knows about that one. And I think the bodyguard or the butler in here is old Baron Samedi. Is his name Jeff Holder? And then, okay. Speaking of James Bond movies, here's the original James Bond in this fantastic Peter Hyams movie, Outland. If you haven't seen this, go freaking watch this. I think it's probably available to stream in many places. I'm sure if you want a physical copy, it's cheap no matter what format it is. Got Sean Connery and Peter Boyle is in it. See a lot of little cameos of other actors from that time. This is like a gritty, like sci-fi suspense thriller movie, kind of set in the same type of environment as Alien. I know everyone puts this in the same vein as Alien, like it could be set in the same world as Alien. There's no monsters. It's all it's all a thriller type of scenario. It's kind of a realistic type of scenario where there's no monsters or anything, but it's set in space. It's so good. This guy's the new law enforcement chief that goes to this colony where they're mining, and the miners have a really high production rate. Like, they do really good. They're like, since they got this new foreman, they really are doing good production. But every once in a while, one of them goes crazy and dies or kills someone. And the old sheriff was turning a blind eye to that, but Sean Connery comes in and he's not turning a blind eye. He knows there's some corruption going on, and he doesn't turn down. He's up in the big wigs. He's not turning a blind eye to any of it, and it gets really suspenseful. A really cool movie. The foreman even sends like assassins to kill him, and they're really cool set pieces and sets in this, like all up in outer space, like on a colony. I forget if it's what the planet is, or it's an asteroid or some really cool movie. Peter Hyam is one of my favorite directors. He did Capricorn 1, and another one of my favorites, Hanover Street, and he did Time Cop. Really cool director. And here's one I got. I haven't seen it over there, so I thought I'd get a Dragnet adaptation of the old TV show. This is from the 80s with Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks. I haven't seen this since I was a kid. A young kid at my work, he's like in his early 20s, was hyping this up to me at work. He's like, oh, this is so funny. He's been like a Tom Hanks kick, so I thought I would watch this. About Christopher Plummer's in it. Okay. Yeah, so there's that. Directed by Tom Mankiewicz. Wow. Okay, here's another one of my favorite childhood movies, pardon me. I know this is a hack movie, but I love it. It's such a hack of a movie. But Game of Death from 1978. It's like 5 or 6 years after Bruce Lee died. They Frankenstein this movie together with old clips from the original Game of Death, which Bruce Lee didn't complete. They Frankenstein it into this freaking masterpiece of the modern action movie. This is like if you like Van Damme or Seagal movies, this is kind of like the prototype to all of those. This is a freaking cool martial arts action movie. It has its problems, like it's a hack of a movie. Like Bruce Lee's, they try to sell it as a Bruce Lee movie, but he has a body double through the whole thing, or they Frankenstein together clips and cardboard cutouts of Bruce Lee throughout the movie. Or the double's really good, and the stunt guy that plays Bruce Lee's really good in this, though. I don't want to take anything away from that. And they had some wonderful henchmen in here. Danny Inosanto, which was, I guess, in the original version of this, is a henchman. The stick guy that, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is one of the villains in here. All of them are cool. There's that guy. Mel Novak is one of them, and Hugh O'Brien's the kind of the aristocratic looking guy with a cane, and then the old guy, what's his name? The guy, the bad guy from Alligator, the rich old confused bald man from Alligator. He's like the same type of character in this. He's like the syndicate crime boss. There's so many hilarious. And Bob Wall is like the main henchman. He's a sports competitive fighter. Bob Wall from Enter the Dragons in here. He's badass. He has a fight with Sammo Hung in this. And of course, Bruce Lee's double he has a fight with. The end of the movie is the original footage of Bruce Lee fighting up the tower from the original Game of Death. So it has a lot of cool actual Bruce Lee fights in it. His girlfriend is Colleen Camp from Clue, freaking hot girl. She does a song in this. John Barry does the music. Freaking one of my favorite soundtracks. There's a song that Colleen Camp does in collaboration with John Barry. John Barry does the soundtrack of this, so Bond-esque. Sounds like a James Bond movie. Yeah, of course, they show footage of him fighting Chuck Norris from Way of the Dragon. Really cool. They Frankenstein up so much crap from other movies, but I love this movie. Here's another martial arts. We'll stay on Bruce Lee for a while. There's Dragon, the Bruce Lee story with what's his name, Jason Scott Lee. I He pulls off pretty good, Bruce Lee movie. This was a fun movie. I always like this movie. It's kind of pretentious and dramatic, but it's a cool movie. It really gives you the Bruce Lee vibe. Like, of course, it goes through all of his career, his movie career, and all that. It's a romantic movie. Robert Wagner's in it, and Lauren Holly's his wife. Very cool. Another weird thing about that whole Brandon Lee tragedy. Brandon Lee's featured in here as his kid, and he went on to die from the getting shot on set while making The Crow. Weird foreshadowing here in Game of Death. Bruce Lee's doubles character plays a character like Bruce Lee, who gets shot by the crime syndicate while filming a movie. This was like 20 years before that happened in real life to his son. I always thought that was a strange, weird coincidence. But I'm cool. This looks like it's part of that collection. I might have a few more of these. It'd be nice to have all of them. Yeah, Game of Death. Of course, this is the iconic one where he has the yellow motorcycle jumpsuit. And here's a couple more Kung Fu guys. Here's Chuck Norris in Missing in Action. It's been a while since a Vietnam War action movie. Here's Emmett Walsh again is in here. James Hong is in it. Directed by Joseph Zito. And this is a canon movie as well. Prisoner, Missing in Action, Prisoner of War Camp. It's a rescue movie, so very cool. And then here's another one of the later, probably like the last pretty decent Van Damme movie, and I think this was straight to video, and Van Damme directs it, I think. Screenplay by Sheldon Lettich. No, he didn't direct it. Peter McDonald. I think Van Damme may have wrote some of it. Kind of a period piece, a movie about a Legionnaire named whoever Van Damme plays. Van Damme's the star of this. It's kind of probably one of his last like decent movies. I know old what's his name was like the Legion commander, that really cool actor, Stephen Burkoff from Beverly Hills Cop, and he was the General Orloff from Octopussy. Really underrated actor. He's in here. And let's end with that. Sorry to end on such a low note. Okay, 37 minutes. I guess that's good. I try to stay under an hour. But I think that's a nice stack of movies to add to my little man cave setup if I ever get it done. Yeah, so check out Majora T, who sent me all the nice stuff, and check out Retrotiburon, of course, who always sends me the nice physical media. And have a good Christmas and holiday season. Hope everyone's Thanksgiving went well. Shout out to my boy Dean, who's recovering from the same type of heart surgery I had from Escape to Gaming. Everyone, keep him in your thoughts and prayers. He's recovering. I think he's doing a lot better now, but hopefully we can hear from him soon. Shout out to all my buddies on YouTube and all the chats and all that. So hopefully I'll do a video before the end of December, but if not, I'll probably see you on some streams. We got to get down on the Alpha Nerd Christmas video game challenge. What else? And I got to get down on beating Dragon Quest 7. Okay, dragging this out to 40 minutes. Okay, I better get going. See you guys later. Have a good one.